Hi, and welcome to Morning Coffee with Design Academy. I'm Deanna, and today I want to talk to you about a very sweet story that I read in the Washington Post about a little bookshop in Petersfield, England. Now, this is an independent bookshop who specializes in secondhand collectible editions of books, and they are in a smaller town and have been struggling a little bit in the modern day selling their books. The owner, Robert Sansom, tweeted out at the end of a day that he had no sales. He made £0 that day. And then he went to sleep, and he woke up the next morning and was flabbergasted at what happened. So this little tweet that he sent out, just feeling kind of desperate, not even sure if he was going to be able to keep the bookstore open. He thought he would have to close by the end of the week, that once a slow day would be 20, 30, maybe 50 books that were sold, but this was no books that were sold. And so he tweeted out feeling very, destitute about his little shop. And what happened is that the fantasy writer Neil Gaiman saw the tweet and retweeted it to his 2.8 million followers. And so when Robert Sansom woke up the next morning, he was inundated with all of these tweets, as well as orders. They had so many online orders that he has a very small staff, and they had to have volunteers from the small town in England help him, working 14 hours a day, putting all of the orders together so he could fulfill them. This is amazing kindness. He was shipping books to people from around the globe. In addition to the online orders, he had people that were driving into his shop, and so they would be just talking amongst themselves, asking how far they came. People would drive 1 or 2 hours. There were people that even drove over 400 miles to go see his shop after this tweet. And this is amazing. What it does, though, it tells us that people, one, are still very kind and want to help out those that are maybe in need or are struggling. And it also shows us that books are not dead. In fact, I read in passing recently about commuters on trains and subways, and that it's millennials, the younger generations, that are holding paper books and reading on their commute. And so when ebooks came out, there was this fear that paper books were going to fall out of favor, but there's this resurgence now. And a lot of the resurgence is in the independent bookstore. In my neighborhood, we have a bookstore, and it's so easy to just go online and find the book and have it shipped to your home. But there's something absolutely delightful about walking into the bookstore and greeting the people that work there, getting to know the people that work there. I will walk in, and sometimes they'll say, "Oh, I put a book behind the counter I thought you would like," and they have recommendations. And it's just delightful. You also interact with other people in your community. So whether it's a used bookstore where you can get books that have amazing history and you can only speculate about who read these books and where have they been and if they've traveled around with people, to a new bookstore like what I have in my neighborhood, and just go in and browse and see what's coming out and connect with others in your community. So I think this story gives me so much hope that people still really cherish books and value kindness. And I just am so warmed by this whole experience. And thanks to Neil Gaiman for helping out Petersfield Bookshop. I'm sure those people in the town and Robert Sansom are so grateful that the shop will stay open and that he can continue to do what he loves. We'll put a link to the article in the description below, as well as a link to the bookshop website. I hope you go visit your local bookstore soon. If you're enjoying our videos, please share them with your friends, hit the notification bell, subscribe to our channel, and we'll also have links to our other social media in the description below. Have a great day, and I'm off to the bookstore.